Big salute, big salute, big salute, big salute to all the supporters, all the donors, all the sponsors, all the shareholders, all the investors, all the future investors, and most importantly, big salute to my big brother, JT the bigger figure, aka Fig Panamera, BKA Locks is home, Glocks is on. Yeah. Before I forget, Corin Jeffries. Big salute to you, fam. You already know why. Hold on. Big salute to my big brother Jay Bird. Hold on. And Just Con. Big salute to them brothers right there, man. Big salute to everybody that's been supporting your boy, man. They already know why they getting them big salutes. They already know why. Most definitely, family. Most definitely. But yeah. I know it's early morning on the way into lunchtime for y'all. It's on the way into lunchtime. Malcolm X, big salute, big salute. Sugar cane. Big salute, big bro. About to get this session started. We go. Yeah, I'm pulling up the book now. Hold on, let me take my shades off. Cause I ain't too cool. Take my shades off. Yeah, we gonna start. Oh yeah, you already know, rooftop. I say, man, let me get some good scenery. Right quick. Hey, that might be my cousin. You know, our families are all messed up and confused. We all related. Yeah, that's my family. I'm just go ahead and say yeah, so big salute to him. Walaikum salam, my brother. Shit, I'm at the same old spot there, bro. I'm at the same old spot. I'm just on the roof. Yeah, I got roof access today. I'm at the same spot. Oh, they around. The hot chicks, boy, they around. They around now. Yeah, they around. Well, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. The chicks I've seen in Africa, their physique, boy, shitting on American women. Everybody here in shape. Yeah, it's very rare. Excuse my stains on my shirt. Them tea stains from earlier today. But yeah, the women out here, they physique, man. Ladies, don't let your man come to Africa alone. Don't do it. Don't do it. Not unless they handling business. Now, if they handling business, then okay. But if they just coming to visit, shit, boy, they might not come home. I'm gonna put it to you like that. So everybody keep asking me about the ladies. Yeah, it's hard. Shalom, Koubri. Yeah, it's hard. You got to have. If you ain't got the discipline up here, yeah, they'll get you. But yeah, let's get started on the universe, y'all. Class in session. Whoever ain't here, they just got to catch up. We're going to talk about the universe. If you have ever been far away from city lights, you'll know that when we look at the starry sky on a clear, dark night, we see countless stars covering each inch of the sky. But when we look at the sky above the earth, we see a vast emptiness between our earth and the nearest neighboring star. If we let our minds think about this, we realize that even though the stars seem close to each other, far up in the sky, they cannot really be that close together. If they were, we would see stars in our own sky above the earth as close as the moon. The truth is, the nearest star to our sun is about 32 trillion miles away. This tells us all the stars above, even though they seem close to each other, must be separated by about the same distance as well. It's like looking at the lights of a distant city. They seem closely packed together, but when I reach the city, I realize that there is plenty of space between the lights. Looking from a distance gives the illusion that they are close together. The same is true with the stars. Our intuition tells us that if we could travel to one of the many stars above, we would discover that it sits alone in the sky, just like our sun, separated from the nearest neighbor by about the same distance, or 32 trillion miles. This begins to give us an idea of the size of the universe. But let us continue with this thought. What can we consider as a model of the universe? What can we consider as a model of the universe? The universe is made of countless solar systems. The earth is made of countless atoms. Solar systems and atoms are identical, differing only in size. If the universe is made of star systems, which are identical to atoms, and the earth is made of atoms, which are identical to star systems, then the earth must be identical to the universe, only much smaller. As above, so below. As above, so below. Big salute, G and Son, I see you. Our mind concludes that the earth is a mini universe. Its stars are the atoms that make it up. Here is the full cycle of creation. We start with the electron, the atoms, then the earth and the other planets, then the solar system and the other star systems, then the universe. This is going from the bottom to the top. From the bottom to the top. The smallest to the largest. The smallest to the largest. The beginning to the end. The beginning to the end. But a full cycle has the same beginning and end point. What does our intuition tell us? It tells us the beginning point, the electron, is the same as the end point, the universe. We have come full circle. We have come full circle. The electron is a mini earth. The earth is a mini universe. As above, so below. As above, so below. How can we find out the size of the universe? By knowing the size of the earth. How many stars are in the universe? Same number as atoms in the earth. The law of creation is the same. We're going to double whammy. The separation distance of stars and atoms. The separation distance of stars and atoms. The stars are separated from each other by about 32 trillion miles. According to modern scientists, we'll use this number to find out by how much the atoms in the earth are separated from each other. The proportion is the same because the earth is a mini universe. Let's look at this again. The star system is 7,900 million miles in size. The star system is 7,900 million miles in size. It's separated from its neighbors by 32 trillion miles. It's separated from its neighbors by 32 trillion miles. How many solar systems would fit in this distance? If we could line them up from sun all the way to the next star, the answer is 32 trillion miles slash 7,000 miles equals 4,000. We may call this proportion of separation. That means 4,000 star systems will fit in the distance separating two stars. How many atoms will fit in the distance separating two atoms? 4,000. The same law applies as above, so below. As above, so below. It's clear that most of the sky consists of empty space. The distance between any two neighboring stars is so large that it can accommodate 4,000 star systems. And yet, there are only two stars in that whole distance. The rest is empty space. We may think of each star system as sitting at the center of a huge bubble of empty space, 32 trillion miles across. It's like that with every star. Wait, hold on. Big salute, peace. CJ, Corin Jeffries, big salute, CJ. I salute you at the very beginning to start it off. Big salute and big prayers, big blessings to you and your family, brother. Word up. Hold on, let me catch my pace. It's like that with every star system throughout the entire universe. If our intuition is correct, that all star systems are separated from each other by about the same distance, the same is true then for the Earth and its atoms. Most of the volume of the Earth is empty space because 4,000 atoms can fit in the space between any two atoms. Now we must let our minds be free to think clearly. When we say that most of the volume of the Earth is empty space, someone might ask, why don't we fall through this empty space then? We can fall through the empty space between stars, but not that between atoms. These are microscopic spaces. The atoms themselves are even more microscopic, being 4,000 times smaller. That's what we mean when we say the Earth is mostly empty space. The atoms are so tiny compared to the space between them that they occupy very little of the Earth's total volume. So yes, the Earth is made of mostly empty space, just like the sky. But no, we cannot fall through. If the stars are separated by 32 trillion miles, by how much are the atoms separated? The proportion of separation is the same. It's 4,000. The size of the atoms is 1/4 millionth of an inch across. Multiplying this by the proportion of separation, we get 1/4 millionth inch times 4,000 equals 1,000th of an inch. Therefore, any two atoms are separated by 1,000th of an inch, just like any two stars are separated by 32 trillion miles. Now we are closer to finding out the size of the universe. We just have to find out how many atoms make up the Earth, and that will tell us how many stars make up the universe. The law of creation has made an Earth whole size we can handle and use to understand the universe. Whose size we cannot handle so easily? This is the skeptic talking. Actually, Black Roots, we are 1 light year from the closest star of Alpha Centauri. It is a fairly easy calculation. I remember it from high school. 1 light year equals 60 seconds. 60 minutes, 24 star, 60 minutes, star, 24 hours, star, 365.25 days. Not sidereal. Star, 186,000 miles / seconds equals 5.869 times 10 with a symbol like this at the top of the 10 with 12 miles. Thus, the Earth star, SOL, is 5.86 trillion miles from Alpha Centauri. That's one of the skeptics trying to be smart. Let's see what Black Roots say. According to the Amateur Astronomer's Handbook on page 253, the nearest star to our sun is 4.33 light years away. More recently, in the Oxford Astronomer's Encyclopedia, page 10, Alpha Centauri, the closest naked eye star to the sun, is 4.4 light years away. That's 25.8 trillion miles. Also, page 323, Proxima Centauri is the closest star to the sun at 4.22 light years away. This is not a naked eye star, but can be seen by telescope. These are only two stars. Another is the star Altair, located at 16.8 light years away, or the well-known star Sirius at 8.6 light years away, or 49 trillion miles. The Earth, or our solar system, is surrounded by many thousands more that are a bit farther away. They all form a canopy or bubble, so to speak, that completely surrounds our solar system. The ceiling of this bubble may indeed be approximated at 32 trillion miles. Woo, Black Roots, boy, Black Roots killed them. Black Roots killed them. We're going to go ahead and say the size of the earth and the universe. Hold on, I see somebody. Africa is the future. Big salute, big salute, big salute for your humble heart. And all that land for sale by end of rain season. Yeah, but Africa's the future. One thing you got to remember, you got goats, you got sheep, you got donkeys, and you got cows that free range. I appreciate your humble heart and your suggestion, but that's the only reason why I ain't planted outside the compound yet. So I need a suggestion of how to deal with the free range animals, and it's buku. Michael Hilson, big salute, and it's buku free range animals, and they not mine. So we got to keep this in mind. Yeah, and I'm looking for some cassava seeds too. I'm looking for some cassava seeds. I'm looking for all seeds. Anybody want to donate anything besides money? Man, send me seeds. Non-GMO, all organic. Non-GMO, all organic. Seeds. You already know, big bro. Hey, big bro. Boy, you might done created you a messenger. I feel like a messenger. Because I see you over there parting that Red Sea for the brothers and sisters. I see you parting that Red Sea. If only all of them could see it, big bro. All the airlines, boy, you'll sell out all the airlines if everybody could see you parting the Red Sea for them. Big salute to my big brother. Yeah, big salute to my big brother. You already know, big bro. Hold on. Let me. I'm gonna give him a little bit more. Give him a little bit more. How many atoms make up the Earth? We can calculate the volume of the atom since we know its size, and then calculate the volume of the Earth and divide the second by the first to find the number of atoms. But that would be incorrect because it would ignore most of the inside of the Earth, which is mostly empty space, as we already know. A correct way to calculate the volume of this empty space and ignore the volume. Hold on. My fault. Big salute, Sugar Cane. You threw me off. My fault. Hold on. Let me find my place, which is most empty space. A correct way to calculate the volume of this empty space and ignore the volume of the atom, which is much small. Okay. I'm just gonna start from right here. I'm gonna start all the way over. How many atoms make up the Earth? We can calculate the volume of the atom since we know its size, and then calculate the volume of the Earth and divide the second by the first to find the number of atoms. But that would be incorrect because it would ignore most of the insides of the Earth, which is mostly empty space, as we already saw. A correct way is to calculate the volume of this empty space and ignore the volume of the atom, which is much smaller. Remember, the empty space between atoms is 4,000 times larger than the atom itself. Some people who are mathematically inclined, which is me, I'm mathematically inclined. I ain't that good at math. I know how to count money and do stuff, but I ain't mathematically inclined like that. Might suggest that we take both the volume of the atom and the empty space and add them together and use that number in our calculation. That will be right. The answer would be absolutely correct. But consider this. The atom is 4,000 times smaller than the space between atoms. If we ignore its size to simplify the calculation, it is exactly like someone saying, I have $40 in my pocket, when in fact, he has $40 and 1 penny. Ignoring the penny simplifies the matter. A penny is 4,000 times less than $40 and can be ignored without affecting the final answer. Similarly, the atom is 4,000 times smaller than the separating space, and its size may be ignored for the sake of simplicity without affecting the final answer. Hold on, we ain't finished. Africa's the future. Boy, a fence costs a lot of money. That's a lot of land. That's a lot of land. How much money? That's a lot of land. Africa's the future. We got to fence off 4 acres. So I'll let you do the calculation. That's a lot of land. You know what I'm saying? And then a little ass fence ain't gonna stop no one of them big ass cows. Boy, you see how big them cows is? Look, them fences all over Africa. Them cows tear down all the fences. All the fences. If you just got wire and wood, them cows, they gonna walk straight through that. They gonna walk straight through that. They even, after a while, they even bust through them cement walls after a while. They'll brush up against the walls to see where the weak spots are, and they'll bust through. But that's a very good suggestion. Africa's the future. Big salute, big salute. Hold on, let me get back. Hold on, let me make sure, big bro. Okay, let me get back. I mentioned this now in such great detail because we will face this situation time and again. When we begin to deal with larger numbers, I mention this now in such great detail because we will face this situation time and again when we begin to deal with larger numbers. Although it is possible to make 100% correct calculations, most of the time it's better to make a calculation that is 99% accurate. For the sake of simplicity and understanding, once understanding is reached, anyone can go back and improve the accuracy of the calculation. So much for that. The empty space between atoms, as already said, has a size of 1,000th of an inch, which we change to miles and get 16 billionth of a mile. It makes a volume of 16 billionth times 16 billionth times 16 billionth equals 4 trillionths. My bad, y'all. 4 trillions. So there's trillions 2 times. The Earth is 7,900 miles across. It makes a volume of 7,900 times 7,900 times 7,900 equals 1/2 trillionth. Dividing the second volume by the first will give us the number of atoms inside the Earth. 1/2 trillionth / 4 trillionths equals 125 billion trillion, a very large number, to say the least. Therefore, there are 125 billion trillion atoms inside the Earth. Now, someone might be wondering about this matter of dividing volumes and not understanding how it gives us the number of atoms. Let us step aside for a moment and think of a common everyday example. A drop of water dripping out of a faucet is about 1/4 inch across. There's a cup shaped like a ball underneath the faucet, catching the water, or maybe there's a tennis ball there instead with a small hole in it. A tennis ball is about 4 inches across, maybe smaller. The water drips until it fills the tennis ball. If you come in right at the end of this little experiment of ours and you see the last drop falling in, and I ask you, how many drops did it take to fill the ball? How will you calculate it? You have to use volumes because the water, once the ball is filled, will have the same volume as the tennis ball. If you divide this volume by the volume of the droplet, that will tell you how many drops it took to fill a drop of water. Oh, that would tell you how many drops it took to fill the container. So here goes. A drop of water is 1/4 inch across. It makes a volume of 1/4 times 1/4 times 1/4 equals 0.0152625. A tennis ball is 4 inches across. It makes a volume of 4 times 4 times 4 equals 64. 64 slash 0.015625 equals 4 point, no, equals 4,096. Therefore, there are 4,096 drops of water inside the tennis ball. Woo. Boy, all these numbers, boy, making me sweat. Told y'all, boy, that math, boy, God almighty. Whoa. Okay, we almost finished. I know them numbers killed y'all too. Now, imagine a drop of water coming out of a tiny syringe needle. Let's say this droplet is only 1,000th of an inch across. Of course, in reality, the droplet is bigger, but you know where I'm going with this. These droplets coming out of the needle are dripping into a ball as before, a much bigger ball. In fact, surprise, surprise, the ball is exactly 7,900 miles across, the same size as the Earth. How many droplets will it take to fill the Earth ball? Here goes again. The droplet is 1,000th of an inch across, which is 16 billionths of a mile. It makes a volume of 16 billionth times 16 billionth times 16 billionth equals 4 trillions. The Earth ball is 7,900 miles across. It makes a volume of 7,900 times 7,900 times 7,900 equals 1/2 trillion. 1/2 trillion slash 4 trillion trillionths equals 125 billion trillion. That's how many droplets are inside the Earth ball. The tiny droplet represents the bubble of empty space surrounding a single atom. At the center of this bubble, or droplet, is the atom itself, 4,000 times smaller than the droplet in size. How many atoms are inside the Earth ball? Same number as droplets because there's one atom at the center of each. Hence, we conclude again that the total number of atoms inside Earth is 125 billion trillion. How many stars in the universe? The skeptic. This is the skeptic talking now. Sorry, man. The Earth is not an empty hollow ball like you're saying. It is a big rock with water on top. Your thoughts are nice, but those thoughts are not science. To understand how atoms make up our Earth, it's convenient to assume that at the beginning, the Earth was a hollow ball. This ball is then filled with atoms. It is these same atoms that form the rock and the water on top, as you put it, as well as the atmosphere. If we take into account the magnetic separation that naturally separates the atoms as well as the size of the Earth, the number of these atoms can be approximated at 125 billion trillion, as shown in the calculation in uh, uh, at the top that we just went through. The skeptic talking. Big salute Anton Queen. Big salute Ussy Free, made in USA. Africa's the future, man. It look difficult because, boy, them goats be tearing up their roads every day. Every day they out there. After I do my prayers and I head out about 6:37 in the morning, they out there working every day. Every day in them big fields. The elder, the father, the mother, and all the kids. This is another thing I want to touch on. Matter of fact, we're going to come back to that. Let's finish this. Let's finish this right quick. We almost done. We almost done. We almost done. Hold on. Matter of fact, we're going to touch on that real quick. See, a lot of the brothers and sisters that leave Africa is because they don't want to help their mothers and fathers at home on their land. They looking for the rich opportunities of Europe and America, and they don't realize when they jump on them boats, to go to Europe, or before they even get to the boats, they got to get through the Arabs first. Because you know it's slavery going on right now in Syria, Libya, all the Arab countries the African brothers got to travel through. So by the time they make it to the boats, if they don't have enough money to pay, you got to hit your notification bell, Farah B, but big salute to you. But by the time they make it up there to the boats to cross the water to get to Europe, shit, they pockets done got ran through. You know what I'm saying? Now, unless their parents keep sending them support, you know what I'm saying, to keep paying the Arab man that's holding them hostage. And then when they get on the boats, I say maybe 5 boats out of 20 make it. It was just a story on the news how a boat lost course of about 20 people on board. When they first left, they was all Instagramming, all on that. Matter of fact, the story is on my timeline of the African girl and all the people that was on the boat. Like they going to the promised land. How about all them people died except for the one girl? And the boat ran out of gas and got thrown off course and ended up floating off the coast of Spain. She said, the girl that survived, she said when they ran out of gas, everybody was trying to figure out what to do. But it got real when they ran out of fresh water. When they ran out of fresh water, that's when the brothers start going crazy drinking the ocean water. And you can't drink the ocean water because the ocean water will make you go crazy and it will dehydrate your body because of salt in it. And she said they died from drinking the water. She watched people die. She watched 20-something people die. So you know that messed with that girl head mentally. So the Spanish Coast Guard, they adopted the girl. She got lucky. They adopted the girl into their family. So all y'all brothers and sisters who want to take them boats, you better think about this. You got to make it through the Arab man. You got to pay him before you get to the boats. And then you got to pay the boats to get to Europe. And then when you get to Europe, they might not let you in. And then think about this. If you catch that boat, that means you don't got no passport. So if you want to come back home, how your country gonna let you in? They don't know. Just because you speak the language, you have no documentation saying that you a citizen of that country. So sad. So when y'all make it to Europe, make sure you got enough money to go to your country's embassy and try to apply for you a passport that you're gonna have to wait on. Yeah. Yep, to get to Italy, to get to Italy, Spain, all the people that gotta cross with the Mediterranean. Yeah, man, a lot of people don't make it. A lot of them people, matter of fact, it's a young boy that helped build the house with charcoal. Some dudes from the village recruited him. He's still a youth. He's not even 18 years old yet. They promised him a bright future. How about a white man is calling their phone right now, trying to send them a package? They can't talk to the boy. Man, I'm praying to God that the package that they trying to send to her is not him. You understand? So, if your family don't got enough money to get you a passport to get to Europe and America, and when you see the evils and the horrors that's going on, you gotta have a way to get back. Like my big brother said, for y'all African brothers and sisters that wanted to have dreams going to America, man, you better thug it out on your family's land. Because when you get there, it ain't gonna be what you thought it was. You better watch YouTube. You better look at the crime rate. And for all the mothers and fathers that want to send their kids, it's a higher than a 50% chance that your child may get over there and get in some type of crime. Yeah. If they don't get in some type of crime, there's a possibility they might get themselves hurt. Because the American brothers and sisters, when they touch down in America, they already thinking, just like the brothers and sisters here think all Americans are rich, the American brothers and sisters think that all the Africans that come to America are rich. Yeah, and they looking at them like food. Dinner time. Sorry about that, but it's the harsh reality, y'all. Yeah, it's a harsh reality. I be telling Charcoal this every night, and I think he just now, I don't even think he believed me all the way. I don't even think he believed me. Because he be trying to tell me, oh, in Ivory Coast, they got the American mind. They got the American mind. I say, no, they got American ways because that's a tourist destination. But they don't got the American mind, brother. They don't got the American mind. Trust me. They don't got the American mind. But yeah, let me get back. Yeah, let me get back to the Mark Echo. You better jump over, get through Mexico, walk across the border, and the same way the immigrants is coming to the border, you just follow the line. And I'm pretty sure it's a lot of them that's turning around going back. Just make sure you got you some bread, bruh, and keep you a pistol on tuck. Because them cartels, boy, hey, yeah, they see black man, yeah, you might be dinner. I just seen a black sister just got killed in Mexico, and she was on vacation. So Mark Echo, my recommendation, find you somebody that own a boat and take a boat over here. It may take you 2 or 3 days, but it's white people on YouTube right now showing how they travel the world on boats. Yeah, you know, the white girl that's the environmentalist from Europe, then she come to America on a boat because she didn't want to use the plane and pollute the air. So those of y'all who can't get a passport and is looking for an escape, the boat is your only option. Go jack you a boat. Yeah, that's how the Haitians and the Cubans are getting over. Go jack you a boat. You know the closest state to Africa is Maine. Maine, the northern states. Once you put your boat on the current, you must know how to read navigation. You put your boat on the current will bring you straight to Africa. Yeah. Big salute, big salute, big salute. Big salute to everybody. Big salute to everybody. But yeah, if you're on the run, your only option, your safest option is a boat. Yeah, that's your safest option. Now unless you could know how to fly a plane, go jack you a plane. But yeah, your safest option, get you a boat with a motor, man. Get you a boat with a motor. Because this Africans making it to America on boats. Yeah, it's Africans making it to America on boats. They not telling y'all this. But yeah, not them little Ricky Dink boats now. Get you a boat with with at least 2 motors on it, and get you some gasoline, and make sure it got a spot where you can go under just in case it start raining. Yeah. Old school BMX tricks, yeah, that sky, man. Yeah, I was gonna try to get the sun, but I ain't want the sun to be blinding y'all. The sun, I wanted the sunset to go down in the background, but I said we're gonna keep it like this. Face what you gotta face. Yeah, face what you gotta face. Yeah. No, I wouldn't even recommend that. Don't go. Don't turn yourself in. I don't even promote that. Run, nigga, run, nigga. I got Harriet Tubman blood in me. If them white folks, if they ain't got you yet, if the laws ain't got you yet, run, nigga, run. Run, nigga, run. Please forgive my language. I'm trying to take the N-word out of my vocabulary. But this go for everybody. Run, nigga, run, nigga. Nah, this is a cement wall. Yeah, run, nigga, run. I got Harriet Tubman blood in me. We running. We gonna find a way. Yeah, evade them cuffs. Yeah. Yeah. I remember one year I was at Bike Week in Myrtle Beach. For those y'all who go to Bike Week in Myrtle Beach, y'all know how the police be. Y'all dipped on the whole police department. Yeah. It was about 1,000 of them. Yeah. God saved me. I tried to jump over some bushes and got stuck upside down in some hedges. That saved me from getting caught. Because if I would have kept running, they would have eventually caught me. But it's like when I jumped over the hedges, it's like God caught me by my leg and dropped me head first in them bushes. Like, hold on. And then I wiggled on out, ripped my whole pants leg. 1 inch, boy, my nuts would have been gone, caught by a branch. Wiggled on down, and I could see the police looking for me in a Suburban. Where that nigga go? That's what the white boys were saying. Where that motherfucking nigga go? We gonna catch that nigga. We gonna wear his ass out. And I'm looking in the bushes like, yeah, you ain't gonna catch me, mother. You ain't gonna catch me. Looking at him. As soon as the coast was clear, woo! Made it to the hotel. Yeah. Yeah, they went finna lock me up in South Carolina. Mess up my whole, lock me up for a week. Cause when you get locked up in Myrtle Beach, you know, one of the most racist spots in America, South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, yes. For all my African brothers and sisters that want to go to Myrtle Beach to sightsee, yeah, very racist. Yeah, very racist. But yeah, I made it by the grace of God. God gave me the speed, put the jukes on them, slid across the Chevy. That's all niggas on the strip was saying. Go, nigga, go. Go, nigga, go. I felt like I was in a football game. I'm gone, nigga. I'm gone. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, and that's what them X pills do to you, boy. They give you that extra lift. Nah, it ain't all good in America, man. It ain't all good. Not for 12 hours, but they gonna hold you for 12 hours while you watch everybody party and have fun, all the girls in bikinis. Then they gonna take you to the jail and make you sit the whole weekend if you could pay your bail. If you can't pay your bail, you sit the whole weekend. Then that following week, then they let you go. Yep. Yeah, I know plenty of brothers and sisters got locked up down there in Myrtle Beach. Bike Week. Yeah, y'all know about Bike Week. Yeah, y'all know about Bike Week. Yeah, y'all know how them police act during Bike Week. Now, I never been to Bike Week in Florida. Yeah, Ferrari B, you already know. And they taxing. Them police at Myrtle Beach, every police officer at Myrtle Beach finish a ticket book. You know how it take them a year to meet their quota in tickets? They finish a whole ticket book in one weekend, 3 days. Run, Forrest, run. You better run like the wind. But let me get back to it, y'all. Let me get back to it. Let me finish this. Okay, the skeptic talking now in this book. Nucleus, in the case of iron, Fe, there are 26 electrons orbiting the nucleus. In theory, the first shell orbit can only support 2 electrons. The next shell can support 8. Therefore, depending on the atom, you will have space between the first shell and the nucleus, and then space between the first shell and the second, then the second and the third, and so on. So depending on the atomic number, the size of an atom can change. Also, the volume of the Earth would be considered spherical, not cubed, and therefore governed by the equation pi r squared instead of s cubed, or I star W star H, R being half the number you mentioned. The volume of an atom is tricky, but will probably measure more accurately if you use the volume of a sphere. From what I remember, the electron orbits are very irregular. I think the forces and movements of subatomic particles now fall under the theory of quantum mechanics. Whoops, my bad, I gave the area of a circle. The volume of a sphere is 4/4 pi r cubed. Hold on. Yes, now this is Black Roots talking. Yes, I'm using an average estimate for the atom size. The carbon atom is given as 6 billionth of an inch, and carbon has only 6 electrons. It's one of the smaller ones. The size of the electron is very small compared to the gap separating electron orbital circuits or shells. As you rightly say, the atom size will vary greatly. 100 electron atom, FM, fermium, will be much bigger than ether, carbon, or hydrogen. So the sizes will range from less than 1 billionth of an inch to over a thousandth of an inch due to these orbital gaps. The proportion of these gaps is analogous. Analogous. Damn. My English ain't that good neither. Analogous to the distance between planets in our solar system. The Earth is only 7,900 miles across. Compare that with the gap between Earth and Mars, which is about 60 million miles. This same proportion separates the electron orbital shells. So you are right about the increasing size of atoms. I took a median or a midway point between a billionth for the smaller atoms and a thousandth of an inch for the larger ones, and came up with about a millionth of an inch. On the second question of the volume of the Earth and the atom, I did use the spherical volume formula. What you are right is 4/3 pi r third, but r or radius can be written in terms of diameter. Clearly, as you know, diameter is twice radius, or r equals 1/2 d. So the formula can be written as 4/3 pi d/2/3, or 1/6 pi d/3. The factor 1/6 pi is common to all spheres, large and small. When dividing the volume of one sphere, Earth, by that of another atom, the common factor cancels out. So I ignored it from the start. The effect is the same as using cubic volumes. I'm sure you'll agree that ignoring common factors from the start greatly simplifies the calculation. As the irregularities of electron orbits and their designation to the realm of quantum mechanics, there you raise a very involved issue, but not at all complicated. It is made complicated by those who do not know or even ignore the true origin of things. I think you know the race I'm referring to. I will address this topic in a later when we go down. He's gonna address it later on. Now this is the skeptic talking. You've mentioned electrons, but why not protons and neutrons? Do protons represent positive energy and electrons negative energy? Do you agree that there are 12 planets in our solar system, like the Sumerian tablets illustrate? This is Black Root speaking. What are called protons and neutrons refer to the makeup of the nucleus. The nucleus of an atom is a sun. Literally, the sun is primarily a magnetic, electrical, and light body. As with all large bodies in space, it has magnetic poles, a negative and positive pole, or north and south pole, just like the Earth. The polarities of these poles give rise to what are called protons. So a proton is not a particle or separate body like an electron, which is literally a planet, but simply an effect of the magnetic poles of the sun nucleus. The substances that make up the sun are under the influence of its magnetic field. This influence slash interaction give rise to another effect that scientists call the neutron. Both the proton and the neutron are the effects of the sun's magnetic field. When they are studied on an electronic scale, these effects give the illusion of actual moving particles. And so modern scientists call them protons and neutrons. On the question of the number of planets, there are many smaller spheres, slightly smaller than Pluto, beyond the boundary of our solar system. They cannot be called planets. Occasionally, as the thousands of years pass, some of them enter our solar system and establish temporary orbits long enough to be regarded as planets. They were recorded as such by some ancient astronomers, especially the astronomers of Sumer. After some millennia in these orbits, they are always captured by the larger planets like Jupiter and Saturn to become their moons. This is a skeptic talking. So how can you age the Earth, the universe, by calculation? How old is it and how much time is it left for its completion? Black Roots. The estimated total number of star systems in the universe is 125 billion trillion, as I described in one of the posts as astronomy slash physics. The gods send 144,000 settlers. Let me start over. The gods send 144,000 settlers from the first earth every 7,000 years to inhabit these star systems, most of which have Earth-like planets. That is how our Earth was inhabited 78 trillion years ago by 144,000 of our ancestors who came from another star system. When the entire universe is inhabited by black people, then the universe would have attained its purpose. Hold on, let me take that back. Boy, that just sounds important. When the entire universe is inhabited by black people, then the universe will have attained its purpose and will come to an end and be replaced by a new one. This has been going on without beginning and will end and will never end. The full age of the universe at that time will be about 875 trillion years. That's trillion 3 times. Okay, we're going to stop there because the next one is the creation of the universe. Yeah, I know y'all want to hear about the creation because a lot of y'all think the creation of the universe was the Big Bang. Yeah, y'all think it was the Big Bang, but it wasn't the Big Bang. Yeah, it wasn't a Big Bang. And the whole book, y'all, ain't gonna be after we get through these numbers, because I know a lot of y'all was like, man, these numbers, it's gonna get back. Now, this is interesting for all the intelligent brothers and sisters. But it's gonna get into the deep. It's gonna get in real deep. Real deep. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get these numbers out the way. The creation of the universe. Yeah, I've been on it. Yeah, let's go ahead and get these out the way. There are 125 billion trillion atoms in the earth. How many stars are there in the universe? 125 billion trillion. Same number as atoms on the earth. As below, so above. The earth is a model of the universe. The earth is a model of the universe that God presents to us to enable us to comprehend the universe and its stars. Let me read that again. The earth is a model of the universe that God, Allah, presents to us to enable us to comprehend the universe and its stars. For the earth, the atoms are its stars. How big is the universe? We can find the answer by asking how big is the earth and what is its proportion of size in relation to the atom. In other words, how much bigger than the atom is the earth. The atom is 1/4 millionth of an inch across, which in miles is 4 trillionths. The earth is 7,900 miles across. The proportion of size is 7,900 / 4 trillionths equals 2,000 trillion. That means the earth is 2,000 trillion times bigger than the atom. What this tells us, according to the law, is that the universe is 2,000 trillion times bigger than the solar system. So its size is 2,000 trillion times 7,900 million equals 16 trillion. The universe is 16 trillion miles across and has 125 billion trillion stars. The earth is 7,900 miles across and has 125 billion trillion atoms. Voila. We must ignore the lie of modern scientists if we are to discover the truth about the creation of the universe. They say that 4.5 billion years ago, there was a huge kaboom, a big bang. Or as our ancestors never mentioned any big bang, our ancestors never mentioned any bang, big or small. Ignore the bang and consider this. The law of creation is the law of cycles, which says the end point is the same as the beginning point, and the cycle repeats. Let me read that again. The law of creation is the law of cycles, which says the end point is the same as the beginning point, and the cycle repeats. A flower starts with a seed and ends with a seed, so that it may start again and continue forever. The cycle starts with the electron and ends with the universe. It ends where it begins, so that it may start again and continue, without beginning and without end. If the earth is a mini universe, it is not intuitive to think that it was a full universe at the beginning. And if the electron is a mini earth, could it not have been a full earth also? If the universe is made of star systems and star systems are made of atoms, does that not say atoms are the original star systems of the beginning? The present universe originated from the universe of the past. Let me read that again. The present universe originated from the universe of the past, and from that one from the one before. There never was a time when a universe did not exist. Just as people are born of people and flowers come from flowers, so also do universe come from universe. There is no beginning and no end. It has always been and ever shall be. Our ancestors teach the story of creation as follows. Our ancestors teach the story of creation as follows. Long, long ago, the earth was a full-size universe. Its present atoms were the stars of that universe, and they were 125 billion trillion in number, filling, filling space farther than the eye could see, stretching across the universe, which was 16 trillion miles across, just like every flower grows in its season and reaches full maturity. The universe has its season also, called its duration. At the end, it reaches full maturity. When that universe of our ancestors reached its full maturity, it was time for it to give birth to a new universe to continue the cycle of creation. Just as flowers fold itself into a tiny seed, which later unfolds into a full-fledged flower, so did the previous universe fold into a single earth. God, Allah, whose mind is infinite and to whom star systems are as atoms in size, gathered all these stars in a single sphere, which became our earth. The stars of that entire previous universe became the atoms of the new earth. Yeah. Allahu Akbar. That is how the first earth of a new universe is always created. Then new stars filled the space around that earth and our universe and came into being. There is no Big Bang in the creation of a new universe, just as there is none in the growth of a flower. When it is time to create a new universe, Allah simply expands his mind until the whole universe appears to be the size of a single earth. At that point, the stars appear to be the size of atoms. The whole universe becomes one earth, and new stars are created all around it. Not only are the atoms of our earth identical to star systems, but they were actually the star systems of that universe of our ancestors. Our electrons were their planets on which they lived. When the purpose of that universe was completed, the minds of our ancestors expanded to an unimaginable extent, such that they could see the entire universe as a single sphere, the size of our earth. That sphere became our earth, and our ancestors made themselves new bodies from its substance. Woo, that was deep. They became its first inhabitants. They are the original people called the first gods. We, as black people, are their descendants. Our lineage stretches all the way back to them. That is the story of how they created our universe. Here is a question to consider. If all the stars of the previous universe are used to form the first Earth, where do all the new stars around it come from? Ah, this is the skeptic talking. I was curious to know which story are you using because this does not relate to the one laid down by the ancient people of the Nile. I can't quote on the Dogon people offhand, but from what I know, this isn't in relation with it either. Although I don't know your source, I'm not saying you are wrong because what you state sounds fathomable, but somewhat incomplete. What's the science? Because all this science has a basis. This is Black Root's response. This knowledge that was taught to me by the elders of my tribe, I have since educated myself in the ways of modern scientists and was able to translate the teachings of my ancestors into modern concepts. This is a skeptic talking. What tribe or maybe what reference material would I be able to look up in order to corroborate this and find the pieces of the puzzle together? This is Black Roots speaking. I'm from the tribe called Botswana. Our language is called Setswana or Sechuana. As for written references regarding the teachings of our tribe, you will not find any. We are taught orally at first, but this is only basic teaching to most. As for written references regarding the teachings of our tribe, you will not find any. We are taught orally at first, but this is only basic teaching. Hold on, there's more. The most important teaching is done using only the method of initiation, which is a much more efficient way of passing on knowledge than either oral or written records. As we progress in our discussion if all goes well, I'll talk more in detail about the ancient methods of teaching still used today among some tribes. And to the brother who asked what is the basis of this science, as you read the coming posts, you may eventually agree with the following statement. The basis of science is the mind of our ancestors. This is the skeptic talking. Now, if this did originate from, as you say, 6,000 years ago, how did they know about electrons and neutrons, etc., when no microscope was available at the time? Scientists have found the smallest particle, hydrogen, I believe, may be wrong ages since I did the periodic table. I'm not too sure about the analogies and the mathematics in your post either, but will not argue that as I am no mathematician, you say black people. What do you define as black? Where do the other races come from? Brown, red, yellow, etc. P.S. What's your religion, faith, actually called? Okay, this is Black Root's response. Modern microscopes didn't exist 6,000 years ago, as you say. Or ancestors didn't speak about electrons and atoms in those days. In fact, even today's elders don't speak about such things. I'm the one who translated what I was taught into modern concepts in order to make the discussion clearer. The reason they didn't speak of atoms and electrons is not because they didn't know of such things, but it's because atoms and electrons didn't really exist. What modern scientists call electrons are really planets, and the nucleus around which they orbit is actually a sun or star. These planets and stars are miniature in size because of the phenomenon of mind expansion. What happens is that the universe is created at the beginning and lasts for a certain duration, depending on its purpose. When the purpose is fulfilled, then it comes to an end. Before it comes to an end, the mind of all the people who live in it join together into one mind or one consciousness. This is an expanded state of consciousness. The expansion of the mind or consciousness is so immensely large that the entire universe would appear to you as if it were a single sphere the size of the earth, as the stars of that universe appear to be the size of atoms, and all the planets the size of electrons. Okay. That's how electrons and atoms come into being. They are literally the stars and planets of the previous universe. That universe becomes a seed, as it were, for the creation of a new and much larger one. So our ancestors did not call them electrons and atoms, they called them what they really are, which is the planets and our star systems of the previous universe that gave birth to ours. I'll answer the questions next time. Cheers, and the skeptic. Cheers, and we'll be waiting for the rest. Okay, he's going to answer the questions now. Here's the answer to the rest of your questions. Let me describe in a roundabout way what I mean by black people. Besides black people, there are 4 light-skinned races on Earth. Matter of fact, we're going to save this one for next time. Yeah, we're going to save this, y'all. We're going to save this for next time. Yeah, he going to answer the questions next time. It's finna get real interesting. Real interesting. Yeah, he getting ready to talk about the races now. So yeah, we're going to end off on that note. Yep. We're going to end off on that note. Because I got to go pee and I got to pay these people. And as y'all can see, it's getting dark. Sun going down. Let me show y'all the sun going down right quick. Sun setting on us. Yeah, sun setting on us. Y'all see it. Bismillah, ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. All praises due to Allah. Allahu Akbar. Wallah. So yeah, y'all. That's it for me for the day. A big salute to everybody. Big salute to all the donors, all the sponsors, all the supporters, all the shareholders, all the investors, all the future investors. Y'all make sure I hit the Cash App cash tag. It's in the description. $ EEGARSCORP. $ EEGARSCORP. And tomorrow, we get into some more interesting matters. So y'all stay tuned. Y'all be ready for that notification. Y'all make sure I hit y'all bell. So when the bell ring, y'all come on to class. Y'all don't be late, because we going to start. You know, I don't give out tardy slips. You just jump in when you jump in. But try not to be late for class, so y'all don't miss this y'all don't miss these food for thought. Food for thought. So big salute y'all, man. Love y'all, man. Y'all stay dangerous, stay paranoid, stay masked up. And I'll be back tomorrow, y'all. But I got to piss like a motherfucker. All right, y'all. Love y'all.